There have been hundreds, if not thousands, of concept cars. Some are downright dreadful and rightfully never made it to the assembly line. You had the Pontiac Regius, whatever that thing is, the Ford Sinus, no, not Sinus, Sinus, so cool and futuristic. Then there's also any concept Jaguars turned out recently. And then there's the Chevy SS, oh wait, that somehow made it to the assembly line. Somehow, someone, somewhere, convinced GM to make 24,000 of these ugly fuckers. What were they smoking at the design department of GM? However, and more often than not, there are cool concept cars that unfortunately never see the light of day, like the Mazda RX Vision, the Nissan Trail Runner, and the subject of today's video, the Ford GT90. The McLaren F1 wouldn't hold a candle to this absolute beast. A mixture of the badassery that was the GT40 and Ford's new styling design of the new Edge. The GT90 wasn't just about brute power, it was also a showcase for Ford's new Edge design philosophy. I believe the design was so ahead of its time that even today, with a few modifications, it wouldn't look out of place among modern supercars. This potent beast was powered by a 6-liter V12 quad, yes quad, turbochargers. Ford quietly developed the engine in secret under the hood of a Lincoln Town Car prototype. Imagine Grandma pulling up to church in a 6-liter V12 Town Car. Ford took off 2 cylinders of a V8 from the Mustang and paired it to another V8. That had to be interesting to be the guy to sandwich these 2 engines together. It was Ford's first V12 since their Lincoln Division's Lincoln Zephyr V12 engine back in 1948. It came with a 5-speed manual taken from the Jaguar XJ220. All in all, this monster put down an estimated 720 horsepower and 660 pound-feet of torque. The exhaust of the GT90 would get so hot that it would be enough to damage the body panels, so instead, the engineering geniuses used ceramic tiles, similar to those on the space shuttle, that were used to keep the car from melting. The interior also looked like a spaceship. I mean, look at it. It looks so freaking futuristic. According to Ford, which, you know, they might be fudging the numbers a little bit, but we'll take their word for it. The GT90 had a 0-60 time of 3.1 seconds, 0 to 100 in 6.2 seconds. The top speed, again Ford claimed this, was 253 miles per hour in the 90s. So why did Ford create this concept car? Was it just an ego trip by some egomaniac? Well, no, at least I don't think so. Well, think about the GT40. The GT90 wasn't intended to win Le Mans. However, the idea behind it was to create a European-styled supercar while also sticking it to them. But with their free healthcare and standard month of vacation, I think they're doing just fine. Anyway, the GT90 project took 6 months to complete, but it didn't make full production. Why? While there is no definite answer, the production costs are rumored to be one key reason. However, it remains a secret. So if they didn't make full production, where is the prototype? How many are out there? Currently, the one and only Ford GT90 is on display at the Hayjack Motorsport Museum in Oklahoma. As for how many are out there, like I said, it's a one of one. It's super duper rare, more rare than the Lamborghini Veneno and the Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato. So if you want to see it in person one day, you'll have to take the trip there. I personally hope to see it one day. It would be really nice. And with that, I hope this video makes you appreciate one of the rarest cars to ever exist, and in my opinion, the coolest concept car. It makes you wonder how different Ford would be nowadays if they would have even made the GT if they went through on the GT90. Stay hydrated, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and peace.